Hey there, did you get vaccinated?
Vaccinated? I would never get vaccinated. I mean, do you know how horrible vaccines are? I mean, not only are they probably putting microchips in us so the government can track our movements, but they cause autism.
They cause autism. Where's your source for that? Where'd you get the information?
It's all over the internet. I mean, there's a guy I follow on Twitter, and he's got stuff on there all the time. I mean, that's why there's an increase in autism because of all these vaccines that they're giving people. I mean, it's just a horrible thing. Like doctors are supposed to be healing people, they're giving them autism. Everybody's getting autism.
Well, actually, that study was done by a man named Andrew Wakefield, who was proven to be a fake researcher, because what he did is he faked his research, the study he used to prove that autism was caused by vaccines. Because other researchers, only a few years after his original study, tried to replicate it, but couldn't, because the methods he used didn't give the same results as what the researchers found. So he was disproven, and his research was revoked.
Well, I've been following this guy for years on Twitter, and I have no reason to not believe him. I don't care about what your scientific researchers say. I just know that there's a guy on Twitter that I tend to believe. And by the way, COVID was a pandemic manufactured in China, and there's nothing you can say to convince me otherwise. It's made up.
You see, because of behavior like this and the spreading of misinformation, many diseases that were thought to be extinct came back, including measles, which was previously extinct before this anti-vax movement, which then parents stopped vaccinating their children, and regular people did not get their yearly vaccinations for things like the common cold. And so, once thought dead diseases killed people. They came back, killed people, ravaged the nation again, until people started believing in vaccinations again. And if it was just censored at the start, or when people started having doubts, or having actually been his research revoked, they should have censored all misinformation about vaccines being fake, or causing autism, even though it's just a coincidence that the time you get autism is usually around the time you start having vaccines. It's when you show first signs, but it's not always before or after.
Well, I get a lot of my information from Alex Jones, too. That guy is really smart. And what I like about him is he tells you things that the mainstream media, which he calls the lamestream media, doesn't tell you. I'll give you an example. So there was this school, I don't know, Maine or some state out there, Sandy Hook, and the lamestream media told people that a bunch of kids were shot by some crazed killer. Well, guess what? The whole thing was made up. And that was because they want to take our guns away. They want us to think that kids are being killed with guns, and so let's take everybody's guns away. And by the way, nobody was hurt. Those were all crisis actors, paid people. Nobody got hurt.
Actually, Alex Jones lost a lawsuit against the families, and because it gave them a lot of trauma. They lost their children in that incident, and the fact he said it was fake, caused them so much trauma, and they ended up suing him back. No, not even suing him back, suing him, and he lost in the discovery process and the whole lawsuit. He couldn't avoid the fact that he lied, and the entire jury believed it. It wasn't the media, it wasn't anything else, because the jury was neutral.